Welcome to the show, Entrepreneur TV, the TV that bringing stories of people behind the scene who are making differences in their own lives and the lives of people around them. Those trailblazers who are taking that world to a new level. And today, I have somebody very special. The person who'd spend their professional life after his education in oil and field. The person who really know what is the meaning of blood and sweat. And then he come in and have that revelation to change his own life. And not only he changed his life, he's changing people's life in this world. He has a very special message to you. And today I want you to welcome Charles Tchoreret. Did I pronounce it right?
Almost.
Yes, welcome to the show.
Charles Tchoreret, thank you so much for having me here. I'm so excited to be here, and I can't wait to talk to you who are watching right now, and for you to know a little bit about me, to know where I come from, what I do, and what difference I can make in your life.
Exactly, and he's going to make it. I wanted to say this, that Entrepreneur TV, powered by Entrepreneur Nation and with collaboration of local experts here in London and sponsored by Sandler Training. And today I'm here in Toronto talking to the author of the Handbook of Entrepreneurship, which is the best thing you really want to see. And Mr. Charles is the co-author of this, and he has shared some great golden nuggets in it, I would say, right?
Yeah.
So Charles, this is all about stories. The stories of people who have gone through some, ups and downs and successes and failures and figure out where you are. What is your story?
It's interesting that you're talking about, failures. And I believe that life without failures is just a waste of time. Because for you to go to the next level, you need those failures, you need those challenges as the bridge that will take you to the next side, to the other side. You need those challenges in order for you to reinvent yourself. And my life was not, I wouldn't say I had a difficult life, actually, to tell you the truth, because I was born, first of all, originally, although I call myself and identify myself as a citizen of the world, but I originally come from Central Africa, a country called Gabon, a very small country, 1.5 million, just under 2 million people. People said that we're trying to stretch it to 2 million because actually we're less than that. But 2 million people. And all my life, I worked for a company called Shell International. I worked in the oil and gas industry. And I went to school to the UK when I did my MBA in supply chain management, and then I did another MBA. I did another BA, bachelor degree in applied language studies. And when I came back home in 1980, I joined Shell. I worked for Shell. It was a wonderful time with Shell. Everything was really easy. You work for a big company, they send you all over the place, you travel around the world, you meet different people. And for me, things changed to cut a long story short, when I decided to move to Canada.
Okay.
It was like coming to unknown land, discovering. But
alien is totally different,
exactly,
right?
Because I had this thing, I came back in 2006, I came to Canada for a visit, just to see how it is, because when you hear about Canada, it seems so far away, and I want to come and discover. When I came, my family, my wife then, because my late wife, we came with the children, and we loved the place. We said we're going to move to Canada.
Yeah. And the folks, it's not that you're moving to different, I think moving to different state, moving to different mindset is same thing. So you are just walking us on the path for the people to really see how this is happening.
I mean, the way it happens sometimes, you have to have the courage to do it.
Correct.
It's not easy for you to decide to move from your comfort zone, and my comfort zone was my country, Gabon, that I knew left, right, and center. I decided to move to a different country, different culture, no contacts, no reference. I had to start from scratch. And I remember something happened to me. I asked a friend of mine, I told him, well, listen, I'm going to move to Canada. He said, Charles, you're crazy. At your age, you don't move to a new country. You stay home, and then even you retire from Shell, work as a freelance consultant for any other company, and you'll be just fine. And I said, sorry.
But you're not that simple.
No, I'm not that simple. I'm a very complicated guy. I'm a very complex person. I told him, listen, my dream was to start a new life. In order for me to do that, I need to get out of my comfort zone. And as soon as I will get out of that comfort zone, that creativity in me will kick in and something will happen. I don't know how it's going to happen, but something will happen. And indeed, it happened.
Wow. And it happened, and that is different now. That Charles is now different, the person who used to work with Shell. So now, Charles, if somebody meets you, who they meet, who they see, who they feel, who they connect.
You know, when someone who doesn't meet me the first time will meet a person who have loads of experience from the corporate world. I'm not going to deny that I've learned a lot in that environment.
Of course, yeah.
And because just to give you an idea, working for Shell gave me the opportunity to meet different people, different businessmen and women, and I learned from those people.
Correct.
Because I could see the way they were going on about their lives, the things they were doing, and I wanted to do the same.
Sign of greatness right here. That the person who is telling, who actually is the international, 2 times award-winning author, the citizen of the world, is actually stating the fact that he's learning from others. That's a power of greatness. That's a power of humility in that person. Please go on. I'm inspired already.
You know, learning from someone else is always important. We all can learn from somebody.
Yeah.
You can't say I know it all, because we don't. We always need to. And I was always open, and I'm still open to learning. And it's amazing to see the people who were my mentors, much younger than me. By the way, I'm 63 years old. But but I never.
You're still young at heart.
I'm young at heart, very hard, always learning, always believing that I can expand my horizon of learning or knowledge all the time. There's no limit. Learning, that's the end of the road for you.
Amazing. And I think off the camera, he said something very powerful. He said, the opportunity knocks, open the door. If you really want to get to the greatness, open the door, and that's what was the premise of the discussion previously over there. So Charles, share with us how you're helping people. You got your revelation, you got your opening, you got reborn into the new life, and you came to the new world. And there's millions of immigrants here in Canada there, and they kind of get stuck into the the ruts of the life, whatever they have to do. You're an inspiration for other people to see it through. So what do you do? How do you help them?
I feel a lot of empathy for immigrants who come to Canada because I was one of them. And when you see people coming here, the first thing they have in mind is, I'm going to look for a job. You come from an environment where you've been working for someone for X number of years. Like myself, I came from Gabon after working a number of years around the world. I came to Canada and telling myself, okay, I'm going to go to Canada, but what do I want to do when I go to Canada? You need to know, to have the vision of what you want to do when you get into Canada. Do you want to come and start again working for someone? And do you want to live another person's dream? Or do you want to live your own dream? And in order for you to live your own dream and to feel that dream, to experience it, you have to go into entrepreneurship. I decided when I came to Canada, I didn't want to work for anybody else. I didn't want to start again another 25 years working for someone. I had to start my own business. I wasn't sure how to do it, but I wanted to do it.
Okay.
And when I started, it was difficult.
Of course.
It was very difficult because you don't know where to start. I studied a lot of things, a lot of MLM, online marketing, and all different type of things. But I was blessed because in the meantime, I took an early retirement from Shell. Shell was still giving me some income to help me in the process. So I wasn't like, I was like, I had nothing.
Oh, you're not struggling.
I wasn't struggling. So I have managed to slowly just see how things were shaping up. And then to cut a long story short, when my wife passed away, unfortunately, she passed away 3 years ago, I decided to start again because we were together in the business. And when she passed away, it was like, whoa, what am I going to do now? You feel totally lost. And that was the downside of my life. That's when I went to rock bottom, and I told myself, how am I going to wake up or to stand up from there? It was very, very difficult.
So sorry about that.
It's very difficult.
It's difficult, absolutely.
But at the same time, you tell yourself, these are this is part of my journey. This is where, this because of what I went through that I'm here today. This is where I can start again, knowing that when there's life in you, there's still hope in you.
Wow.
And I want people there to understand that no, it doesn't matter what you go through, no matter how difficult it is. Someone say, you don't know what I've been through. It doesn't matter what you've been through.
Yeah.
That's your journey.
Yeah.
This is what's going to shape you up into the person you're supposed to be, the best version of yourself. A notion that brings up a concept that I bring into my next coming book, my solo book's going to be out before the end of this year, the Greatness Trilogy. That's going to be talking about leadership, fitness, and spiritualities. We hope we will have a chance to talk about that.
Wait a minute. He said something, those three words. I've been hearing about Charles, about this book and his upcoming book. So I was going to ask you this question, Charles. In your clients and your people who you help with, those three ingredients you discuss, share with them. How do you help them?
You know, when I came up with that concept, it was like I was thinking, what is the meaning of leadership? In fact, the title at first was Business, Fitness, and Spirituality.
Business, fitness, and spirituality.
That was the initial subtitle, because the title itself is the Greatness Trilogy, and the subtitle was the Business, Fitness, and Spirituality. And all the business people could recognize themselves there because they're into business. And then talking to one of my mentor, and she told me, you know, business, you're limiting. Those who are not in business are going to say, that's not for me.
Yeah, yeah.
And I came up with the idea, I said, with each one of you are a leader, I'm a leader. The janitor that works in your office is a leader.
Yeah.
So let's make it leadership, fitness, and spirituality. Because everybody is a leader.
Correct.
Just give them the space for them to express themselves, give them what they need to be able to express that best version of themselves, and they will do it. So leadership is more like, you know, we all are leaders. A stay-at-home mom is a leader, because I know that most women are the ones.
Absolutely, I totally agree.
You have to have some leadership skills in order for you to give a certain direction to the way your family operates. You know, and women play a very strong role there, and I respect them for that.
True.
So once you have your leadership in place, your fitness is very important.
So you have that opportunity to have a leadership role.
Yes.
Now comes into fitness. Okay.
Why do I have to be fitness? What do you need to be fit? Because I believe that when you have a message, whether to talk to your kids, to play around with your kids in a park, and to take them for a walk, you need to have that fitness. You have to be. You feel good about. You have to feel good about yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me, fitness is very important for you to take your message from A to Z. You have to be fit.
Okay.
But at the same time, when I talk about fitness, I don't limit it to just going to the gym or running around the blocks.
Yeah.
It's for you to also to be able to eat right, to think right. In other words, for you to clear all the mess that you may have in you. That mess could be tangible, could be just like a room in your house that's just so messy that just like it disturbs you. It could be some negative thoughts that you have in your head because of what your parents told you, that you couldn't make it, you're not good enough, and you believe it. Anything that would prevent you from moving forward, those are the things that are part of your fitness. And when you clear that, you become fit. You become strong. You clear the way for you to focus on your vision, which is to make yourself to express the best version of yourself.
Wow, the guy has important. 25 years in corporate world and meet with thousands of people in leadership and corporate business owners. He's giving you those golden nuggets. The leadership is about there, but then we're channeling in to your fitness is from mind, body, connection right there. And that divine experience. And then you said something about spirituality.
Oh my goodness, I think for me that's the most important part.
Watch out for this. Now.
This is the most important part. As you become a good leader, people follow you. I mean, you impact people's lives, you change people's lives, you make a difference in their life. They start seeing you as someone that they want to be with. And when you're fit, whether it's physically, mentally, the way you think, people think, wow, good, this person is special. And the danger with that, as a human being, your ego may start flaring up. You may come to the point when you think that you're the best, you're the only one who can do it, And that's where the danger is.
Wow.
And I told myself it's important to include there.
I'm having goosebumps, Charles.
My goodness.
You know, the spirituality is just like, it's so powerful. Yeah. It's so powerful.
Yeah, and what does
Please
spirituality
keep
do?
going.
What does it do? Spirituality is going to be the element that's going to keep you grounded.
Yeah.
Then you start thinking, when you are spiritually grounded, you start seeing what you're doing in terms of a service that you render to people around you. You move from a perspective where you tell yourself, how can I make a difference in people's life? When you wake up in the morning, when you do your meditation, you tell Lord, and on top of that, I want to say something. People ask me, so what do you want to put spirituality in there? Do I have to be religious?
Yeah.
I have to be Christian?
Yeah.
I have to believe in Jesus?
Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
Spirituality is more in terms of what are your core values? What is it that makes you wake up in the morning and tell yourself, I'm going to make a difference out there? It could be because you believe in nature, maybe because you're a Buddhist, because maybe you're Muslim, because maybe you're a Christian, but there's something deep in you. You know that, okay, when I hold on to that power in me, I cannot go wrong. That's what spirituality is all about. And that spirituality will make a big difference in your life. And for me, this is the foundation of everything that I do. Everything has to start from a spiritual base. In fact, this subject touches to been spirituality and everything else. You know, but on purpose I put it at the end.
Yeah.
To keep people just wondering, okay, what does he mean by that?
Yeah.
And he did. That raises a lot of questions in the head.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, you're looking for success ingredients. You're looking for a person who's going to give you a 3-step formula. The person who want to walk you through in not only in terms of leadership and entrepreneur, the person who's wanting to be good mind and your body experience, as well as the person who's going to be connection with the entrepreneur. This is the person. This is the person who is going to be able to help you, guide you through that. Mr. Charles is going to share with them something. I wanted to ask him something really special, but we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back. Stay tuned for more to come.
Hi, I'm Stuart LeBaire with Sandler Training in London. I want you to know that this is a paid advertisement for my company, and the purpose of this ad is to generate market share and awareness for my company here in London, Ontario. But once your prospects are in front of you, that's sales. If your company is spending lots of money on advertising and marketing, and you're still missing those selling opportunities that come as a result of those actions, perhaps you should get in contact with us or call SandlerTrainingLondon.ca.
Welcome back to the show, Entrepreneur TV, powered by Entrepreneur Nation and joint venture with local experts in Toronto. And today I have 2 award-winning author, Mr. Charles Tchoreret.
Charles Tchoreret.
Charles, I'm gonna get it right.
You will get it. You will eventually get it.
Charles actually sharing with me his struggles, his story, and how he's helping people. And while I was listening to him, I got in one of the book he wrote, chapter number 4 in this book, and it's talk about this. It all started with a dream. Charles, you had a dream. You had that revelation. Tell me about your first client. How did you get in it? What was their struggle? How did they make success? How did they make changes? Share with us.
I believe that in order for you to give, you need to have something. You can only give what you have. And in order for me to address the problem that people are facing, that my clients are facing today, I have always expand my knowledge to grow every day, always bringing something new in my life, in myself, that will help me impact the life of other people.
I want to say, who do you think the people who should most benefit from meeting you, talking to you, understanding your story, understanding from your perspective that how they can help? Who are those people?
Actually, I'm interested in anybody, really.
Okay.
I don't want to be picky on different people, especially when it's related to business. And I'm very much into business, personal development, because I think that the two go together.
Right.
I believe that your personal development, the way you build yourself up for your business, That's your personal development part. And after that, you have the business side as well that you have to take care of, just like I did with that client from Gabon.
Absolutely.
So I'm interested in people who want to go into personal development, want to go into business development, who want to give a new direction into their lives. They want to write a new chapter of their lives. How can we do that? Because it's not easy always to do, because we're so used to a certain way of operating, which is difficult for you to start thinking a different way.
Yeah.
So if someone can be there, and I'm here to help people to start thinking in a different way, to think out of the box, to tell themselves, and I always say something, it's important for you to step out of your comfort zone in order for you to become creative. Why is that possible? Because when you step out, that discomfort that you feel forces you to think on how you can survive. You know what? So your survival instinct kicks in, and it forces you to think of way to make that new zone that you're in comfortable. So it becomes your new comfort zone. So the comfort zone that you are, there's always new comfort zone that you build as you grow, as you expand yourself. You get into new comfort zone, and then you have to step always out of them and always grow. Growth doesn't stop. As long as your brain is working, the will is there, the faith is there. The faith is very important. Everything else can just collapse. As long as you remain faithful, you can always move forward.
You must have heard, step out of comfort zone, break the comfort zone, go to the next mile. But you know what? I'm sitting right next to Charles. I'm actually feeling it. The person who actually did break out comfort zone, the person who left the corporate world, the person who moved to a different city, the person who started the new life, the person who come out of his relationship things which was holding, breaking apart. I mean, your life partner goes away. Your life is about shattered, and he actually came out. He is the authority. He has the right to say, step out of comfort zone. And he surely, his story depicts the true meaning of stepping out of comfort zone. Charles, I'm being very getting inspiration from you. But I wanted to ask you this. What's your next step? You're already doing a lot of things. So let's say, what's your next project? What's your next step? What you're doing next? I mean, share with our audience.
And before I go into that, I want to just to bring the audience, to bring to their attention one aspect that I think is very fundamental. Have you ever wondered why most corporate organization, businesses, why do they have a mission statement? Because they want to be focused on what they want to achieve.
Wow. Yeah.
But the strange thing is, human beings, individuals, don't have a mission statement. So if I was to ask you the question, what is your mission statement?
Yes.
What is that?
One sentence
that you have that describes you, that's just going to help you keep focused on what you want to achieve. And that will link to the dream we're going to talk about. And I decided to have, for me, I have a mission statement which is clearly defined. I want to spend the rest of my life living a purpose-driven life.
Purpose-driven life.
I grow, I expand, always acquiring new knowledge, but at the same time, don't keep it to myself, because there's no point filling yourself with knowledge and keep it to yourself. What I want is always to teach people, to teach you, my audience, to do the same. Because I believe that with what I will dream, a powerful dream, a dream that scares you. The more it scares you, the better. If it doesn't scare you, you're still in your comfort zone. For sure, it's just going to be just a dream, and you're just going to forget about it.
I know the time is not enough in order to have all that wisdom that from this person who have that holding on to it. So I'm going to post his website, his connection, and all that social media, so you can phone number to in order to reach out to Charles for your book, for your events, for your corporate world, for one-on-one coaching. Talk to Charles. He's already 2-time award-winning author in this book, and he has that another book is coming by the end of this year. He is one of that, the key person behind the local expert with Raymond Harlow. So I want you to reach out to him, because the words are still coming on, and I'm actually being inspired right sitting next to him. So let's get into some fun part of that too, because Charles, I know you're a very serious guy. We need to say some fun part of this. So fun part is usually some rapid fire questions for you. We're going to time it about a minute or so, and I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, some fun, some a serious one.
Ooh.
So let me ask you this: if you got $1 million in lottery, and you have 3 options to spend. One is you spend all on yourself. 2 is you give a Ferrari to your kids, grandkids, or you give to the local food bank. Who would you do?
I'll take the third option.
Okay.
And it's not just because I want to look like I'm a very good person. No, it's not that.
Mm-hmm.
As part of my vision, I have I got something very special for children.
Okay.
And I have actually started with my late wife. We started helping.
Okay. Good. World Citizen is not a name. He actually has that passion for that too. So next would be, if we have to write an autobiography book on you, what title would that be?
Whew. I would be just described as the person who's real, who speaks from his heart, a person who doesn't like, beating around the bush.
Real from heart. Perfect. Okay. You got a call from someone, and you're busy. There are 3 people who is calling you. Who would you pick up? Who would you say I'll call them back in 5 minutes, and who would you not call back?
I would not call back any person who's going to waste my time.
Okay, good. Who would you call back in 5 minutes?
Someone who's desperately looking for a way forward.
All right, and who would you answer right away? It doesn't matter if you're busy or not.
Again, the second person. Someone looking for a way out. Someone who's desperately looking for something to change their lives. I will call them immediately.
Okay, good. He's all about helping other people. He did not say that I'm busy. Right, that's a key component I was trying to find there. On your LinkedIn profile, what is the one word bio or one sentence bio you have it?
Awakening the best version of yourself.
Woo! Awakening the best person of your life. Actually, when we were chatting about it, he actually said, "This is my thing, awakening the best version of you." Charles, you are an amazing. You have given me such a hope that the world is still full of people who wanted to do something different there. And now I'm going to ask him who he knows. Charles, what is your legacy would be? I know you're very straight. You have that vision, mission statement on you. How do you want to be remembered?
Race, I want to be remembered as a game changer. Mm-hmm. I want to be someone who would have impacted people's life, would made a difference in people's life based on my teaching. Mm-hmm. I know there's a need out there. Many people are looking for ways to express and to show the best version of themselves.
Correct.
And what I want is to be able to be the ones who make that difference in that person out there. One person at a time. Just like I did for that lady in Gabon.
Yes.
The difference I made into her life. That's how I want to be remembered.
Wow. With this selfless statement, I cannot top this, because this person is not wanting anything from his own life. He don't want to become something. He do not want to reach anything. He do not want to acquire a wealth of that. He wants to change in your life. What a powerful statement. I'm blessed, and I'm feeling inspired by sitting right next here in this Entrepreneur TV, the TV who's bringing stories of the change makers, the trailblazers, the people who are making difference in other people's life. And today I have the pleasure of meeting Charles. I'm going to say Charles Tchoreret. Tchoreret. Charles,
you got it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rais.
I loved sitting right next to you. I feel inspired. I think you're going to make the world in a different place. You're going to make the difference in people's life, and I believe in it. Keep watching Entrepreneur TV, powered by Entrepreneur Nation, and also co-host today by local experts in Toronto, sponsored by Sandler Training in London. Entrepreneur TV, bringing stories